Hey, I'm here with Erkan Mete, fresh back from vacation. You can see the vacation look on his face, but you were vacationing where it was extremely hot, right?
Yeah, it was very hot.
Okay. So I've had numerous people over the years ask me if I could shoot videos on pressure and control, and I've got an enormous instructional coming out. I know I've been saying that for a while, but it is very big, and that's what she said. And I'm really focused on getting every single detail about it, because it's a very hard DVD to teach, because it's not do this move, here's another move, man, you put the hand in the collar, you finish, go, now next move, you put this. It's not like that, because it's not really a technique per technique. I'll show you a lot of techniques for sure, but it's more conceptual. But people have been asking me, and I'll show you kind of some simple principles. I haven't thought this out, so this may be very random. I didn't write anything at all. This is just me kind of exhausted after rolling for a couple hours. And so I'm going to kind of ramble a little bit. But I'll go over some of the key points that are important. So pressure is the constant, or is the application of force. Specifically for me, the constant application of force. There are many kinds of pressure, right? And there's one pressure that's inefficient, but it's the pressure most people use when they think of pressure. Okay, there's pressure tactically, right? That could be if you're in a tournament, you're behind on points, you've got to make something happen. So there's a pressure to do something, right? Or you're stuck in a very bad position, you can't breathe. Tactically, there's a pressure for you to make something happen, correct? I'm on your back, I'm hunting a choke. You can't just hang out. Physically, there's pressure, of course, and most often that's the application of weight. Emotionally, mentally, there's pressure, right? If everything you do is wrong, right? You feel like everything you do is wrong, I have an answer for everything, there's a pressure there, right? And then there's the pressure, which a lot of people will try to do, which is where they try to keep a pace the other person can't match. That's the pressure that you see often in American wrestling, and more and more you see in Jiu-Jitsu, right? I'm going to be in better shape, I'm going to take more bamba than you, and go harder than you, and you got to keep up with me, I'm going to go faster, stronger. And that's anathema to Alios Gracie's Jiu-Jitsu. And so you see a lot of people, I look at their gyms and I see videos of them just working out all the time, right? My goal is never to outpace you. It's to drag you down below me, right? So how do I do that? Well, there's the tactical pressure, the mental pressure, and the physical pressure, okay? So there's 4 forces, generally, that we're gonna use, okay? He has, can I get you to lay on your back? Just right in front of me is fine. You have structures, right? So your frames, clinches, all these are structures. You have movement, right? You have the strength, right? I have all 3 of those. But what do I also have? I have weight, right? There's ways he can use weight, but it's not nearly as effective, right? If you lock your feet around me and you hang your weight from me or you hang from my collars, you're putting weight in me, but how long can you do that? Not forever, right? If I lay on you, how long can I lay on you?
Forever.
Forever, okay? So that's why being on top is better, right? I've got one of those forces that is the most effective, but requires the least effort, right? I can't move forever. I can't hold a structure forever. I can't use strength forever, but I can lay here forever, right? So here's the important thing. Do you feel any weight or pressure now?
No.
Okay. If I go really heavy, like I go knee on belly, and I'm like, oh, and then I hop off, right? It sucked for a few seconds, right?
Yeah.
But then it stopped sucking,
Yes.
right? And maybe I put it back on you again. But as I tell everybody, can I get you to sit up? If you were in the ocean and the water was doing this, would you drown?
No.
What if the water was right here?
I will drown.
Yeah. So I don't need to have a ton of pressure. If it goes off and on, it doesn't matter how much pressure I have, right? All I need is just enough pressure, and the important part is the constant pressure. This is where people mess up, right? They'll put a lot of pressure, but then they move, and they release the pressure when they move. So the way I always imagine it is when I move, there's a few things that are important, right? Movement is not Jiu-Jitsu. I hate that saying. Good movement is good Jiu-Jitsu, bad movement is bad Jiu-Jitsu. If you don't know where you're going and you don't know how to get there, don't move, because all you're going to do is give him chances to escape or monopolize the movement, or give him a break from pressure, or get yourself in trouble, or exhaust yourself, right? So if I go here, lay down, and I go here, and let's say I'm not doing it right now. Let's scoot back a little bit. Let's say I'm really tight. But then I'm light, and now I go tight again. For just a few seconds, you were able to build your energy back, right? Because here's the thing, right? All things being equal, let's say you and I are the same skill level, same size, same strength, same speed, same everything. Who's going to win that conflict? Either the person who's luckiest, which we can't count on, or the person who has more energy, right? So if you can drain my energy, if you drain it to a certain point, I could actually have more skill, more size, more speed, more strength, everything, and still lose, right? This is what I do, as you know, when I roll, right? So what I really want to do is, I always think of like being on ice. I glide from position to position. So let me get you on, let's put your legs on this side. Turn this way. So let's say I'm here. Are you comfortable right now?
Yes.
Am I doing my job?
No.
No, right? So just as an example, let's say I start putting pressure in. Okay. Push my hip. Okay. Turn. Turn. No, just turn. Okay. Where's my weight? Okay. Where's my weight? Move. Bridge. I don't now go like this, do I?
No.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Now, same move.
You will lose energy.
I'll lose energy.
You will lose energy.
Did you feel any pressure?
No.
Okay. So my weight is constant. Now here's the other trick. 2s and 9s, right? I want to generally be at extremes. Okay, this is where I see people make a mistake. Let's take side control for an example. Okay, well, let's back up for a second. I said everything being equal, who wins? The guy who has more energy. And what is energy, right? If you can't breathe, how fast does your energy go away?
Very fast.
Very fast, more than almost anything, right? So I'm always trying to take their breathing away, right? You know this.
Yes.
Okay? If you put your weight, just put your hands on my chest and put all your weight there. It's uncomfortable. Put your hands on my stomach and put all your, okay. Put your hands on my mouth and cover my mouth. Yeah. There's going to be 2 places that I breathe, okay? So I'm always trying to restrict their breathing. That's really important. Now, from the bottom of my chest bone, bottom of my sternum, to the top of my sternum, that's all bone structure. How long can I rest on bone structure? For a long time, right? I don't need energy to hold it up. And that's the mistake. People go chest to chest. Get you down. Right here. Okay, now I can squeeze. Now there's ways I can do this, but generally I don't like to be the bottom of his sternum. I like to be either at his floating ribs, down to his stomach, or all the way up in his face, where I can smother his breathing here. But I don't like to be here. Plus, when I'm here, put your arms here, push me and bridge. You're pretty strong there, right? Here, bridge. You move me, right? Push with your arms. You're pretty strong, right? I go down here, push with your arms. Bridge. You can maybe lift, but you're carrying a lot of weight, right? Push with your arms. Bridge. Okay. Also, breathe. Okay. Breathe. You know this position a lot, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I was here, what's the problem now?
You're on my hip bone.
I'm on your hip bone. If I'm here, it's uncomfortable, but I'm on the bones of your chest, right? Especially that sternum bone, right? It's not as uncomfortable, right? So I get to mount, and I'll see people do this. Can you breathe?
Yes.
Yeah. Not only is there not much weight here, everything is here, right? The joke I have is if I mount him, he should never see the light of God. He's a filthy sinner, right? So I'm here, my weight goes in. Here, look at God. Okay. What are you going to start doing? Go ahead. Here. Okay. And we'll get into the various tricks I stop him escaping and where I exactly put my weight. But my weight is going on his stomach as much as possible. I go knee on belly. You'll see, and sometimes I do this, but I talked about this before. If I put my knee right here, it's uncomfortable, right?
Yes.
How fast away did the pain go?
Away. Immediately.
Away immediately, right? Pain is ephemeral. It only lasts for a couple seconds. So I can dig in there, and maybe he'll react, but I'm also not that stable. I slide my knee all the way across. Now this is important. His stomach, not his hip bone, not his ribs. I go this way. Now there's a few things that are happening. Right? It's harder to breathe, right?
Yes.
What are you doing with your stomach right now? You're tensing it, right? Which means what? You're burning energy, right? You're actually making it worse by tensing. Now push it off. Okay, here. Bump, bump, bump. Push. Look. Okay. Look, I slide back. I'm here. This is the other thing. Are you in alignment?
No.
Are you strong?
No.
Okay. Here I go. Are you in alignment? Are you strong? Here. Okay. So, again, this is just a very, very kind of small, very random conceptual entry. But if I could tell you one thing is, don't move unless you know where you're going. Glide. Always think of sliding from position to position instead of jumping. I see so many people now, they jump, 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 jump. The entire time you're jumping, you're literally not touching me. My energy level is actually just going up. And you're giving me places to escape, and you're letting me think. When I'm doing all that, when we roll and I'm really putting that, how much are you thinking? You're like an animal caught in a trap, right? It's all spined. It's not forebrain thinking. That's what I want. I want my opponent to make mistakes, right? I can try to trick him and make mistakes by me being so fast and him trying to keep up. But that's why you see I've had so many guys that I've trained with that do that. And we even have some new people that have trained with us before come in and they'll roll really hard for 2 rounds or a round, or well, we don't really do rounds, but 5 minutes, and what happens? They sit, and they're like 22 years old. They're like, and what happens? Guys are 40, they're like still out there, right? Because they weren't trying to outpace them, right? Because again, like, you know, I'm a great fighter until I can't fight anymore. Then you're nobody, right? So I'm not trying to submit. How much do I go after submissions like bam, 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 bam? Not that much. But when I catch the submissions, how much do people want to turn around and roll again right the next second? Not that much, right? They're like, give me a minute. Let me think, all right? So that's what you're looking for. We'll talk about that a lot in misalignment. Where your weight goes is important, right? People go, oh, how heavy are you? You're so heavy. You don't have to be that heavy, right? You take a kid and you put him in the right place, it feels heavy. Yeah. You take a 300-pound person, if we take, who would you say is the heaviest guy we have here?
Maybe Sven.
Maybe Sven, okay. if you put Sven, okay, right on the side, on my bone, on the structure of my shoulders, how heavy is he going to be? Not that heavy,
Not that heavy.
right? Let's say you take Verena, right? She's not that heavy. But she turns and puts all her weight, go knee on belly like we did, right across my stomach. Slide this foot up just a little bit. So you're, there you go. How long can I stay here?
Not that long.
Not long enough. Okay, even though Verena is maybe 60 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's where you put your weight. Now again, I was miserable there, but if he just immediately jumps off to somewhere else, right? So like we do the knee on belly, switch to the other side, right? You go here, if you put all your weight on your hands, jump in the air and then switch, right? It sucks, but for that moment I was okay. But if he keeps his weight, slides, and then right across, and then adjusts, yeah, here, okay, good. Come back. Take your arm, this hand on the mat, drive my head out of alignment with this arm. Out here. Okay. Not only am I out of alignment, so if I try to push you, how strong am I?
No.
If I try to push you this way, how strong am I?
Not that strong.
Come back. Okay, so I can't turn this way because he's taking my body out of alignment, right? So I'm not strong. So maybe I try to go this way, right? Come back, no. Pull this arm with this hand.
Pull.
Drive my head off. This hand, push my. Now, I want to go this way. Cup with your hand. There you go. Okay. So that's the way to freedom. I don't give him freedom, right? Pull him back. And this is, I do this to you a lot. Go side control, right? Let's say he's being heavy. Turn on your side. Let's just stay right here for now. Come up a little bit. Let's say he's on my chest, but I'm just going to keep you low enough so you're not hitting the mic. Okay. So right now, let's say you're being heavy. We're not right now, but let's say you were trying to be heavy, right?
Okay.
And I do this just a little bit. The weight is starting to become less, right? You're not flattening me out, so I'm not carrying your full weight. So you got to put me back down. I turn this way, right? A lot of people will think, oh, I'm taking his back, so they keep trying to roll me, right? I don't take the back when they want me to take the back. I take the back when I want to. So cup this arm, put your elbow on my stomach, and pull me back. Pull me back. There you go. Every time I try to turn away, no. Every time I turn here, no. This is where you start panicking. You recognize that, right?
Yes.
I do this a lot. You try to turn, I pull you back, right? No, right? Sinners don't get out of hell.
That's right.
Right? Purgatory, sure, but even then, you got to earn it. So I'm going to keep you flat on your back. And again, lay back. Turn just even an inch this way. Now he's starting to alleviate pressure. So he turns an inch. Go ahead. I'm going to pull him back. He turns into me. Look, I'm going to put him. Turn away. Turn in. Okay. Here, turn away. Okay. I'm keeping you flat the whole time because that's where you carry the maximum amount of my weight.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anyway, a lot of rambling, but hopefully you guys will pick up some concepts out of this that you can use. Aim for this. When you tap the guy, let's say Erkan taps me, and he goes, you ready? Your guy should go, oh, wait, just give me a minute, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that he submitted me, maybe he finally got me in a rear naked choke, and he's the one laying there going, okay, let me work my arms out. So a lot of times I'll catch a submission. I had a private lesson, we talked about this. Get you lay down. We're going over, let's say, Americana from side control, and he's talking about bring your arm in front, right? He goes here and he goes, man, the guy was so strong, and he kept straightening the arm out. What do? I said, well, if the guy has that much strength, I'm not going to battle him for the strength. I'll grind him down. So he brings the arm around, he straightens it out. Okay, fine. We'll just make it miserable for a while. He brings the arm around. No, not yet. He brings the arm around. Not yet. He brings the arm around. Not yet. He brings the arm around. Maybe I catch it. He straightens it out. Okay.
Yes.
I'll keep hunting. He brings the arm around. Yeah. Okay. I'll make it so miserable that he'll bring that arm around and he won't want to pull it away, or he'll be too tired of straightening it out. Okay. So, thank you, brother.